In a significant move to strengthen its internal mechanism, the People's Democratic Party at the party's headquarters in Abuja on the 21st of August inaugurated a disciplinary committee that will address misconduct and indiscipline in the party. The disciplinary committee, chaired by High Chief Tom Ikimi, will focus on addressing misconduct and indiscipline within the party while promoting accountability, fairness, and adherence to the party's ethics and values. The party has also inaugurated a reconciliation committee that will be chaired by Chief Oyinlola, former governor of Osun State, and the Oyinlola-led committee is expected to work with other organs of the party to resolve all internal conflicts in the party, to foster harmony and party members and promote party cohesion. So joining us now, as we review the committee, especially the disciplinary committee, is Chief Bode George, a nominated member of the disciplinary committee of the People's Democratic Party and the former deputy national chairman of the party. Great to have you, sir. Baba Ekpefuwa, good to see you, sir. Thank you so much.
It is well with
yes,
Nigeria.
Sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you so much, sir. Yes, sir. Real quickly, sir.
Pleasure.
Disciplinary committee, what's your take on it? But secondly, are you not supposed to be part of the ones the disciplinary committee will review based on your activities in Lagos State? You went against a PDP candidate, Baba Jandor, in Lagos State. You openly supported a candidate of another political party. So should this disciplinary brush cut across everybody, sir? That's my question, sir.
You know, thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
As a deep-rooted member of the party, a life member of the Board of Trustees, you know, people make all kinds of insinuations and conclusions without, like you said, that we worked against the candidature of this chap in Lagos. That is not true.
Okay.
You know, if you want to give your support to your candidate, the process is imagined, the process at which both the zonal and the national will handle your matters must be seamless. The gentleman, Jandor, you know, the young man, we had an agreement, we discussed, and he reneged. And because of the emergence of the presidential candidature, you know, the way how you handled it, set the party in a direction that was going to collapse. You know, the disciplinary committee, you want to discipline the people, they made me a member. First of all, I told I spoke with the chairman, the acting chairman, and the national organizing secretary of the party, that there is hierarchy. You want people to look at the committee and feel completely satisfied that, yes, this is genuine, this is honest, and that what we want to do will deliver the results. We're just scratching on the surface. We got some deeper problems in the party. I believe that, you know, if the right thing is done, the party is almost divided now into 3 major sections, and it's not working. It's not working. Look, the disciplinary committee, okay, discipline who? There are some there who also worked against, based on the emergence of the various candidates in various states. You take Lagos, for example. There was an agreement with the leaders and that particular gentleman. They just went in a disarray. There was a discussion before the primaries here. He accepted, he agreed. It doesn't mean because you are a leader here, people can deceive you. Once he gets the ticket, then it's And we've learned a lesson, because everything in Lagos, they say Chibodejo, Chibodejo. Yes, I was there since 1999. The founding fathers handed over this party to us. I was the first elected national vice chairman Southwest in PDP since 1999. The first contested convention, which was held in December 1999. So now I made an observation. If you want to do it, you made me to serve under Ikimi. Just told them, when did Ikimi join the party? Oh, they said, no, sir, because, you have the experience and we want you to be there. Look, I'm almost at the 8th floor of life, and why am I going to be running to Abuja and wasting my time? And I said to them, no, I can't serve under him, period. Because when did he join the party? And then we know within ourselves the various groupings that are dividing the party. That's what the party should sit down first and resolve. Now, the chairman of that committee is from one group. The secretary of that committee is from the same group. So I am just to go there, sit down, and be looking like some undecided animal. No. We need to do a fundamental review of what went on during the last elections, come up with solutions, reunite everybody, because a divided house will always remain a defeated house. You see, where are our voices as opposition party against the nuisances, the nuances going on in this country? Why the people in government, we are fighting ourselves. So, when you get out of the box, you will be able to see the complete evil bedeviling that box. So, I went on holidays, I came back, I met so many other Nigerians who are living abroad. We got into discussions, their observations, my observations. And immediately I came back. The first thing I saw was I read something in the internet that the Rivers governor was leaving the party. I got miffed. I called. Eventually, he picked my call at about midnight. And I asked him directly, Mr. Governor, he said, first of all, who is speaking? I said, it's Chief Bodejo. I said, Baba, the pleasantries. Then I said, I read that you want to leave the party. He said, no, sir. He's not leaving the party. He's not this. Yes, there are, issues to be resolved by the party. I said, okay, thank you. Now, I called the chairman of the board of trustee, and I said, look, why don't you get the people so that we can wade into this Rivers thing? We cannot allow these divisions to continue. He accepted, set up the membership of the committee, and then the governor gave us an appointment, and we went there. Now, we have discussed with him. He has told us his own part of the grounds.
All right.
Yes.
Now, remaining the other gentleman, the former governor, Whiskey.
Yes, all right, sir, let me come in here since we're talking about reconciliation. Yes, since we're talking about reconciliation. Yes. So, part of that reconciliation, you made a move towards the governor of Rivers State. But is there any attempt to bring in the former governor? Because he's still saying that he's a part of the PDP, and he's come out to speak out against the PDP, saying that he's not going anywhere, and that the real problem in the PDP are the greedy members of the PDP who are there for their own, for their own good, what they can benefit, and that he's a man of principles. That's why he's, he's coming out against. Would you agree with that statement? Then I'd like you to also speak. So since you've expressed your dissatisfaction with the fact that Honorable, High Chief, Tom Ikimi has been put as chairman of the disciplinary committee, and you serve as a member.
How?
Yes. Would you reject your nomination as a member of the disciplinary committee?
I would. Let me start with your first question. You didn't allow me to finish what I was trying to explain. There are two major groups in Rivers. The Fubara group, who is the incumbent, he had his own grouse, and of course, we have just met with him. Definitely, the BOT group would meet Wike. We told them that once they got back to Abuja, they had to go and seek an appointment with Wike, so that you listen to the two sides, and then we resolve the issue. This is what you call experience and the culture of the party. Suddenly, I saw the list of members for disciplinary committee and then the reconciliation committee. Most states too, like we have in Lagos State, there is also a reconciliation committee that has been set up. We are getting closer now to another national elections very soon. But the party must sit properly. I know Tom very well, Tom Ikimi. He met me in this party. We were the ones that the founding fathers handed over to us. So the culture of the party, the do's and don'ts, had been with us. So you don't make me to be a member under somebody that I know in terms of hierarchy of the party, to say I should go and serve under him. I made that observation to them. And they said, oh, are you going to come? I said, no, I'm not. You can go ahead. And then, like I said to you, the chairman and the secretary are from one side of the divided group in the party. I want us to be the elders in the room. Just setting up committees and committees, where would it lead you? Let the board of trustees, because the responsibility of the board of trustees, the main responsibility is that we hold in trust the party, like the ownership of the party. And that's why we don't do elections in the board of trustees. We want justice, we want fairness, and the chairman of the board of trustees accepted and waded into it. The party is still in various directions for now. Let's get together. What we did that led us to this crisis had not been resolved. People were fighting for positions, presidential candidature, and the maneuvering and all that. You all heard what happened. Let's resolve that before we start heading into A or B or C. And if it is one-sided, why would people believe you?
Yes, sir.
And there is no organization in the world that you will not have disagreements.
Yes,
you
sir.
have disagreements, but you must be bold enough
for sure
to tell the truth and resolve your crisis. If you don't, then you are wasting everybody's time.
Very true, very true.
Announcing all these lots and saying that I wish them the best of luck,
So it sounds, Chief Bode, it sounds like you're not very confident in these committees. We have a comment here on YouTube from an Emmanuel that says the PDP is not a serious party. And a few minutes ago, I want to know if you agree with that, but a few minutes ago, you said that what the PDP needs to do is to analyze what happened at the elections, come together. Chief, yes. But the election was 18 months ago in February of 2023. We are 6 months away from 2 years from the election. Is the PDP not moving too slowly? You do not look like an efficient party. So to reply, Emmanuel, is the PDP a serious party, and are you moving too slow?
You know, the PDP is the Iroko political tree in this country. You know, saying moving slowly, by the time Ayu left, he should have left long before the election. There was an agreement that peradventure, you know, it was the emergence of Atiku from the north as presidential candidate that completely disorganized the norm of the party. You see, the founding fathers, and I will always praise the late Papa, Dr. Alex Ekweme. He was the convener, the chief convener of those founding fathers, the G14, the G18. He invited people who are completely on different political grounds, like Chief Bolaige. He invited him from the southwest. Jim Wobodo, who could not be in the same room politically with him. Papa Solomon La, they all gathered together in the interest of this country. They say, listen, the military now wants to go. How do we form a political party that would represent both the majority tribe and the minority tribes of this country? Brilliantly done. They divided Nigeria into 6 geopolitical zones. And each zone, then they now came up with 6 top positions in the land. The president, the vice president, senate president, speaker, secretary to government, and the national chairman. So, you know, the major problem in the First Republic was that the majority had their way and their say, and minorities were just mere onlookers. That led to the conflagration that almost destroyed this country. You know? So when they sat, and you are sure that out of the 6 positions, 1 position will come to your zone. So whether you are minority or majority, and since every 8 years, all positions in the north will come to the south. All positions in the south will come to the north. That is like a major issue in the party that sustained the party for so long. The moment we interfered with it, manipulating the whole process to satisfy Atiku, that's where the problem started from. Okay. So for us to pretend as if there was not a problem, we are just wasting time. You want to do disciplinary committee? Discipline who? Okay. The whole thing started. I was a member of that major committee to review the issue of where we should have the presidential committee. Baba, that is the starting point. Yeah. Baba, yes.
You were the one that started housing the Renegade Brigade. While all of this was going on, you were part of those that gave Philip to the likes of Wiki because of his grouse. And you saw reasons with him, which a lot of people have also touted as a party activity. Because they would have said, and the argument of some people is this, that once Atiku had emerged, everybody was supposed to come together as a party and fight for the elections first, as party men will do. And afterwards, win or lose, then call for a reset. But you were part of those that encouraged this renegade brigade. You received them in Lagos when the Jackson 5 or the G5, as some of them are called, as Boala will call them, came to you. And you said, oh, Wike is not working against the vision of the party. But there are some other people too that also argue that what you are saying or what the argument is was just because of Mr. Wike's interest. That if Atiku Abubakar had given Mr. Wike a vice presidential slot in his tickets, will all of this still be happening? Will they have worked against his party?
Okay.
That's the question.
You see, Rufai, let me try and explain to you. Yes, it just didn't happen the way. Of course, you are an outsider. You are not a member of our party. Something led to the disagreement. And until we settle that, the party will continue to whistle in the dark. When the, you know, like I said, all positions, party positions, elective positions, you know, must be zoned. The man who was president at that time, Nigerian president, was General Buhari. Where is General Buhari from? Is he from Lagos or from the east? He's from the north. So when they now said, oh, we had zone national chairman, you know, like if I try to explain it to you, maybe you get it better. Now, the president, if he goes north, vice president south, senate president north, speaker south, secretary to government north, chairman of the party south. So the chairman of the party and the president of this country can never come from the same zone. I mean, north and south. They told us at that time that, oh, they announced only the party positions and they didn't discuss the other elective positions. That there should be a committee, one elder per state, for us to go and review and then come up with a solution. That committee was headed by Governor Utom. I represented Lagos State. We got to the meeting and I brought out the constitution of our party, that there will be zoning and rotation of these major positions every 8 years. It's there. And since Buhari came from the north, we said no. Presidential candidate cannot emerge from the north. But they were able to convince us that, okay, there was a mistake made. They should have announced the changing of guard on the party side at the same time for the elective offices. That peradventure, because Ayu now had become the chairman of the party, who is also from the north, that peradventure, the presidential candidate comes from the north, emerges from the north, then he will resign so that the chairman of the party will now come to the south. They reneged. They reneged on that. So he continued that he will not resign, that he has 4 years after all this agreement. So those are the major issues that led to the division. I'm not their aid group that I will be following them. They now divided the party into two. And that was what the founding fathers stated emphatically, that we must avoid this. It looks like rather than sit down now to really conceptualize, go back to the norm of the party, we are just scratching on top. You know, like the perception you have now that, oh, we were with Wike, to do what?
Baba, why did everybody
for justice,
come together?
Fairness and equity.
Baba, why did
you
it
see, in coming together,
Baba, sir,
please,
You know, it is you elders that say...
It is still the coming together that we are still trying to do now.
I get your point, Baba. It is you...
It is still the coming together. Yes.
It is you elders that say...
I was the one that yes.
Baba, it is you elders that say you can't have an elderly man in the market, yes, and the head of a baby is tilted.
Yeah, you...
The truth is...
Yes, you assist them. Yes.
When that injustice had happened, couldn't you, these elders, placate a wiki and say, let's work in the interest of our party first. Then afterwards, whatever emerges in the end, we will come back and settle it, rather than encourage him to destroy the party, destroy the prospect of the party, and let things just run amok like that. That's what a lot of people are faulting you for, because you see, a lot of you gave fire to Wike's flame.
That is... No. That is not the right direction. If Ayu had left immediately, Atiku emerged, there wouldn't have been any problem. Okay, take my Southwest. None of the top positions that I mentioned came to the Southwest. So how do you expect me to go on the rostrum to campaign for any presidential candidate when all the procedure of handling these matters were disrupted? So if you want to, that's why I am saying, rather than covering up the mess that we started pre-election, that should be the foremost. Now election, Bola is in his second year. We are yet to sit. The first meeting was after the election, was sometimes this year. So let us examine the depths and the real issue so that it should never happen again. We are looking at it as if we are covering it up. Let's discuss it. It's in the public domain now, like you are asking. The procedure of our party, I send you a copy of our constitution. We need to carry our people along.
Okay, Baba.
You know, you reneged on it. Atiku emerged, and then, you know, we are still covering that up as if nothing happened. Then you are not serious. Let us address that never again would that happen. 8 years, oppositions in the north, 8 years, oppositions in the south. There must be a movement of all the positions in the south to the north and all positions from the north to the south. It's a fixated culture that they set up. So if you didn't do that and you covering it up, you are now saying, now, for example, you are not a member of our party, you just looked at it as an insider that we should have gone to the battle. The battle is not only meant for those who are members of the party who are going to vote. You know, people are looking and asking us, your PDP, what are you giving us here
Chief
in the Southwest? What do I say?
Chief George.
You know, it's a very, yes.
All right, thank you. All right, let me just go back to the question I'd asked earlier. And I mentioned that you had gone to visit on a reconciliation visit to the governor of River State, Governor Sim Fubara, and I just asked you that are you going to extend the same courtesy to Mr. Nyesom Wike since he's still a member of the party? Now, having said of course, my question is this. For Mr. Nyesom Wike, there's that conversation. Should he be sent to the disciplinary committee or the reconciliation committee?
Now, you know, I don't want to jump the gun. If they want to send him anywhere, they can send him. My point, as a life member of the Board of Trustees, I said I read in the newspaper that the governor of Rivers was going to leave. I got concerned. We don't just allow he's an asset to the party. So I called him. When I asked him, I said, is it true that you are leaving the party? What is the problem? He told me, no, sir, he wasn't leaving, and mentioned certain things. And I said, okay. I called the chairman of the board of trustees. I said, look, this is our responsibility now. We must wade into this crisis, raging a very, very important state. And he accepted. That was why we went to see him. We have listened to his own side. When we left Port Harcourt, we told the chairman, the secretary, to say, you must invite Wike, because as elders, if there are issues that you don't like or that you know would culminate in disaster in the future, you must wade into it. That's how the BOT waded into that. We have had one side now. We need to hear Wike's side. And yesterday I said, look, all these positions, all those people, Wike and the other group, we should not just keep washing our dirty linen in the market.
Yes, sir.
Because if we go like this to the public, it is difficult to convince them that you that cannot manage yourself. You think there is no problem in APC?
True, yes, sir.
There got worse problems in APC.
Chief George,
but the issue, the ability to be able to wade into such crisis and stop it makes a lot of sense.
Great stuff.
So that's where we are going. And
Chief George, just real quick.
Also, you said that we should have done it. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
we just want to just nail you down here on two things. Are you rejecting the appointments to the committee, yes or no? And then two, we've had you on the show several times talking about the issues within the PDP. Can you give a definitive timeline as to when all this sorted out? Q1 2025, for instance, by March, this is all done. So one, are you rejecting, can you say definitively yes or no, are you rejecting the appointment to the committee? And two, what is the timeline on when all this gets sorted out?
You know, you don't have a timeline. Issues will always come. It's not, political party is not like you have a private company. Of course, management system also will prevail. But I don't know why. You know, are you suddenly now left? I don't remember what happened to him. We had been saying the board of trustees should come out. Once there are crises, you can define them. You must immediately wade in to ensure that the drifting will stop. That's all we've been expecting. Now, the first meeting after the election was held sometimes this year. And we said, look, this was getting too late. They now said, okay, we'll fix another meeting for August. They shifted it now to September. Now, there are some states, I think about 24 states, that whose terms have expired, the management, and they have started to prepare for another election to bring new hands. And if you keep doing this and pretending that there was no crisis in the party before we went out for that election, you're kidding yourself. Let's go and resolve it. The elders, the board of trustees, that's our responsibility. And maybe with this one, we've started one now, we want to meet with Wike. All the noise. I said it yesterday that everybody, no matter what side you are, you should be quiet. I accepted when your people invited me to come. You are talking about the disciplinary committee, the reconciliatory committee and all that. It's almost 2 years now going to that we finished the election. For 1.5 years. Is that the way to resolve? Okay. I served on the party national level for 8 years. And I know that this procedure, we are wasting time. People are looking forward to PDP to say, look, provide a very solid, important opposition rather than fighting within yourselves. And I said, no, we're not fighting amongst ourselves. The issue of who is chairman is still raging. Okay. When are we going to resolve that? Okay. And the question the lady asked me whether I would accept, or it was you who asked, whether I would accept to serve, I made an observation that, you know, the list you sent out, it's a very critical point. You don't make somebody who, in terms of hierarchy and your responsibilities before and now in the party, they subjected you to go and be a member. And I looked at the list. I said the chairman was on one side of the divide before the election. The secretary of that same committee and him were on the same divide. So, Papa, it was an observation for me, and I've reacted.
Yeah, so yes or no?
I've reacted to them, and I'm waiting.
So yes, so...
No, for me, I would...
Yeah, okay.
I will not serve under Ikimi.
Okay.
You said
that's it. Okay. Because it is the same issue. I'm being very frank with myself.
Okay, noted, sir.
Why would I go and serve? How much information or the depth does he have about our party?
Okay.
No, but you don't do things like that. If you want to solve it, you hierarchically, this is what you should do. It's an observation, and I told the chairman. He said, okay, sir, yes.
So, Baba, but in all fairness, a lot of people
at this age, I'm ready to stay home.
Okay, good. A lot of people have argued that you can't say for the lack of depth. Ikimi has depth. Ikimi from the days of NRC. He's not just a small politician. But you said you came to the party before him. Some other people too are saying they came to the party. Some other people too. People like the Sonny Roche are saying they came to the party before you, Baba. So, in fact, that's what...
Me? Because Roche, he will never say that. So when he joined,
anyway,
that's started in Lagos. Roche can't tell you. I have been in the party since the beginning of this party.
Okay,
that was why I was able to contest for the first election.
People like Sonny Roche said they broke away from UNCDP and they joined with Alex Ekweme in Federal Palace Hotel in 1998 in Lagos. But away from all of that, two things, Baba. Number one, you keep talking about these agreements that you people had that made you not support your own party's candidate in Lagos. What was that agreement?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I want you to talk about that, number one. Number two.
Okay.
And second question, Baba.
All right.
If Atiku Abubakar had won this election, would you people still be fighting, or you will have aligned to end? No, if a scenario, I'm not saying actuality, if Atiku had won the last election and it was peradventure, he won the last, and you had a PDP president, is this how you people will have been fighting, or because a lot to share will have been available, you people will have settled your fight and aligned? Because all of this is also a case of
No, that is not. Then people are different. Look, Rufai, I come from a family home where the first Nigerian politician, Papa Herbert Macaulay, I come from that home. So the culture, the norm, your behavior must be civil. What is not acceptable in public, you cannot come and pretend. What am I looking for? What am I looking for? You know, let us stand by the truth, because it's only the truth that will liberate you. When we had that election, we divided the party into two. Even the vice presidential candidate that Atiku chose, he had a meeting. He had a meeting in Asaba where he hosted all the southern governors. And he told them, he read the communique that the presidential candidate must come from the south. After we now finished, Atiku emerged, and of course, you know, when Wike was ranting about that, we said, calm down. We didn't need to do that. Okay. Let us look at this, that this thing will never repeat itself again.
Okay, so
it is still there now.
Okay, so if Atiku had won,
I am asking
nothing will have changed.
Requesting.
Yeah, the fight will have still continued.
If Atiku had won the party, what am I looking for? I would have stayed in my house because I knew that for real, in future, it will collapse.
Okay, the agreement in Lagos
will never accept. Yes, let me just finish this, Rufai. Nobody, if he had won that election, you think this country would have been stable? Because somebody from the north has just finished 8 years. Our own norm is that after the 8 years, the presidential candidate must come to the south. You're not asking for too much. And if he had won the election, that's what would have happened. You know? So people, they say, okay, wish you luck. Those who are running an out for appointment, the best of luck. That's why we are still standing on the same spot, and we have done nothing.
The agreement in Lagos,
we are putting, you know,
the agreement, sir.
Okay, the Lagos agreement.
Yeah, what was the agreement?
Let me tell you now. Let me tell you what happened in Lagos. Let me tell you what happened in Lagos because it's now post-mortem. This young man was asked to see me. A very respectable elder said he should come. And he met with me in my office. I asked about his background and all that. So now, Bode Rose also bought the form, like all the others. You see, there is a procedure which we do follow. There was a meeting of the elders. We invited all the contestants who were called aspirants at that time. They appeared before us, trying to find out about their knowledge, what they had done in the past, how deep-rooted are they in managerial skills, their educational background and all that. And the best candidate that day was Rose Bode. Now, Bodebo's dad and I were mates at the University of Lagos. We graduated the same year. He was in Faculty of Law and I was in engineering. We've been friends. So I said, okay, this fellow that was nominated,
yes, sir,
recommended to us.
Yes, sir.
I asked him, I said, look, how old are you? He told me his age.
George, we've run out of time, but I'll just love for you to summarize the story. I'm so sorry to
finish this. Okay.
Yeah, just to finish it in about a minute. Thank you.
No, quickly, in a minute. Okay, so we agreed that, okay, because you are older than Bode Rose, he should be your running mate to make your primaries a seamless one. Simple. And immediately after that, he reneged. He came to me, he said, before auntie who brought him to the party died, he said he should, once he wins, he should go and pick up a lady. It was a joke. Now, what we told, if you had contested openly with Bode Rose, he would have beaten him blue, black, and red. We wanted to have a peace so that the issue will be us and the opposition, which is APC.
All right, sir.
And
thank you, sir.
He reneged. It is that position he took that made a nonsense of it.
Thank you so much,
I would defend it. They know.
Thank you so much, Chief George. You've shared the story.
I wish the party, and I wish the party, we should calm down. Let's do it the way it's done. Either Wike or this, I've told everybody to shut up.
All right.
Be quiet.
What a way to end.
Let's get back to the table and understand it.
What a fiery way to end this interview today. Thank you, Chief Bode George. Always a great time with you here on the morning show.